welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, hello. Thanks for joining me. It is, if you didn't already know, the end of July. Well, it's actually now the 1st of August. How on earth are we at the 1st of August? Please can somebody tell me, because I don't understand it. But anyway, that does in fact mean it is July wrap up and August TBR time. So we are going to go through the books that I read in the month of July and we're going to go through what I rated them. I don't know if you can see this pile next to me, but I read 11 books in July. 11. How did I read 11 books? I really don't know. I honestly have absolutely no idea. So we have 10 physical in this pile next to me, and then there was one read on Kindle. Part of me thinks, there was actually 2 read on Kindle, but the second I now have a physical copy for. That makes sense. I got a bit confused there on why. No, I'm still missing one, because this is the current read and I haven't finished it yet. What have I missed? I am an absolute liar. I just checked Fable and I actually read 10 books, not 11. I don't know where 11 came from. I think it's because I'm on my 11th now. However, we're obviously now in August, so I'm not going to finish it. But let's go through all the books that I read in July and what I rated them. This is not in order at all, because I've just put them in order of the pile. However, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series. I loved this. It's so fun. It started my Cassandra Clare universe journey. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not masterpieces, because it's YA. It was written like 15 years ago. 10 years ago. It was written 10 years ago. They're not literary masterpieces. However, they're fun. They're easy to read. There's so much going on. I absolutely loved it. Now, I rated this a 4 stars. Again, I think... No, I don't even have an explanation for that. It was a 4 stars. It was great. If you don't know, Shadowhunters is about our FMC Clary, I think her name is. She is a human, and she begins to see things. She wonders why she's seeing things, and then ends up realizing that there's not just humans in her world, and that she shouldn't be able to see these other people. There's basically a whole nother world in New York City that she doesn't know about, and we explore that world. Next up, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Do I really need to explain? Probably not. If you haven't read or watched Harry Potter, you're probably on the wrong YouTube channel. You should probably go and watch it. That's all. 5 stars. Easy. I've actually just realised that I had a solid reading month. I had a really solid reading month. The next up, My Friends by Frederick Backman. Now, I actually listened to this on audiobook, and then I bought the paperback from a charity shop last weekend. No, I'm pointing over here and the sticker's over here. What an idiot. £2 I paid for this copy. There is no spine damage. The corners are a tad lifted, but nothing major. I had to buy this book because I am utterly obsessed, and I will probably never stop talking about this book. I have already spoken in depth about this book in my last video, so I'm not going to talk about it again. If you want to know what it's about, if you want to know my thoughts, go and watch the last video. But again, this was 5 stars. I sobbed the whole way through, and I will recommend this to absolutely everybody from here on out. Daybreak by Autumn Woods. This is the book I have just finished, and another 5 stars. I've not had so many 5 stars. I don't think. Maybe even all year. This is ridiculous. 3 5 stars in 1 month. The second part to Nightshade, and it just didn't let me down. I love a duology. There really is something about a duology that just hits for me. I think it because it gets a bit more than a standalone, obviously, because there's 2 books. But I think that you have to make them action-packed enough in both books, but you also have to be able to round it off at the end of book 2. This was my insight into Dark Academia, and I'm switched. I loved it. It was incredible. Alex, I don't really know. Is it Corbo Green has my fucking heart. Oh my god. What a guy. I then did a reread of When the Moon Hatched, and actually I don't know why this is still in my possession, because I didn't like it the first time round, and I didn't like it the second time round. So yeah, I'm gonna be sticking with my original rating. I don't even know what my original rating was. Maybe like a 3.5 stars. I am really on the other side of the rating of this book. I don't hate it. I just don't love it like everybody else does. I tried to do a reread because I really wanted to like The Ballad of Falling Dragons, and because I felt left out. I can't lie. I just felt left out. But after rereading the first book, I did try and start The Ballad of Falling Dragons, and I DNF'd it. I just couldn't do it. And I'm sorry. Next up, it's not a very good representation because it's not the actual front of the book, but Kissed by the Gods, Katie Rogan, 4.75. This was so good. This book is about our FMC Lena. In Lena's world, the men in her life all get taken off to the mines at a certain age, and some don't come back. Others come back completely changed. One day she believes her brother is coming to be collected by the royal guards, and all guards. She is then collected by another. I'm going to say his name. I want to say it's Riot. This is how you spell it, but I don't really know. I'm so bad at name pronunciations, so I'm sorry. And he says that she has to go with him. Riot is a god-blessed warrior who is born to privilege, and he delivers her to the military. Now, when Lena disposed of the guards, she didn't do it in a normal way. She did it with some secret power that she doesn't know why she has. So, Riot taking her to the military, she has to learn how to use this power and find out why she's got it. Now, it is obviously a romantasy, so do I need to say much more? But the writing in this book, the romance in this book, the slow burn, but also the world building. I loved Katie's writing. I loved the world building. I thought it was just incredible, and I will absolutely be reading the next one. I then picked up The Fall by Ryan Cahill, which is a novella. It's 0.5 to Of Blood and Fire. I really enjoyed Of Blood and Fire. I really did not enjoy this one. I'm probably actually going to sell it because I just don't really need it on my shelf, I guess. It is signed. It is an indie signed version. But yeah, I'm probably going to sell this. I don't know. Part of me, I just didn't understand the point of it, to be honest. I do completely understand the point of it. Like, I get why we needed it, because it literally gives you, like, if you've read Of Blood and Fire, it literally tells you about the fall. So it is a really important piece of information. I just didn't enjoy it. I just felt like I was reading it for the sake of it. And actually, I don't know whether it puts me off reading the rest of the series. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I didn't love this. I rated it 2.75. I started the month with Dragon Cursed by Elise Cover. This was a very meh book for me. I did enjoy it. I didn't love it. I didn't think it was incredible. Basically, it is incredibly bad to be dragon cursed in this world. If you are dragon cursed, you are. So children, teenagers, I can't remember what age they are basically put on a trial at a certain age. They enter these trials to scope out who is dragon cursed, basically filter them out. And the people who get found out that they're dragon cursed get. We follow our FMC, who pretty much throughout the whole book you believe that she probably is the one that could be dragon cursed. Whether she is, you need to read it and find out. Is somebody else? Who knows? But yeah, I didn't love it. It still is cute. It's a cute book. I'm probably going to keep it. But it was meh. I rated this one 3.75. I can't read. We had a slight issue. I ran out of storage. So I'm just going to tell you about this book, and you probably won't even know the difference unless the camera looks at a slightly different angle. Then I'm really sorry. But this follows our FMC Fia. She is a Riftborn, and she is born into a world of rebellion. She doesn't know her parents. Her parents passed away when she was a child, and she now lives in a city that hates Riftborns. If you are found to be doing anything wrong as a Riftborn, you will get. Her Riftborn powers are extremely, extremely strong, and one day she loses control of these powers and is seen by a guard. Now, the guard gives her an ultimatum. Either she joins the guard and fights against the bad things that are happening, or she gets executed. We follow her journey, we find out what happens, and again, it is a fantasy romance. There's a sprinkle of romance in there, but I'm obsessed. The world building is great. I think the character development in this is great, and going into Duskbound as well. I loved this. And then we are about 45% of the way through Duskbound now. I'm not loving this as much as I loved Riftborn. It could change, I don't know. As I said, I'm 45% of the way through. I don't know whether it's because I just expected this one to be so much better. And currently I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's good, but I'm not obsessed. So we shall see. But I'm still going to recommend it because I still think it's really good. So, yeah. And next up, we have August TBR. We're going to pick 3 prompts from the TBR jar, and then I'm going to choose from there. And I do have a couple that I want to read anyway, so we shall see. This is the first time using the TBR jar, and I'm excited. You can't see, I don't think. If you can, I'm now doing this for no reason. That's really stupid. I'm going to go for a bottom one. This one. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm sat so far away. But it says, oh no. It says a book out of your comfort zone. Okay. This is going to look really sus because I actually just filmed all the prompts first, and now I'm actually going to pretend we're going back to after the prompts, and Ethan's going to pop in and out of the video. So this now isn't going to look as smooth as it was going to, but the first prompt we had was a book out of your comfort zone. And I did make Ethan pick this for me because I don't actually have very many. I was going to pick, I think I'd said, Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. However, I have just read My Friends by Frederick Backman, so I feel like that wouldn't be too far out of my comfort zone. So I'm really sorry. Ethan just walked into the tripod? No, he didn't. Winston just walked into the tripod. This is the book out of my comfort zone. It is The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I've got no idea what it's about. Let's hope that my phone doesn't run out of storage, and I'll read you the blurb. In a burned out country, a father and his young son head slowly for the coast with no idea what, if anything, awaits them there. The landscape is destroyed, nothing moves save the ash on the wind and the cruel, lawless men stalk. Wow, I didn't say that right. Anyway, lawless men stalk the roadside, lying in wait. Attempting to survive in this brave new world, the young boy and his protector have no choice but to keep walking. Wow, okay. Scary. Okay, next up. Again, still don't know if you can see. I'm sorry if you can. I probably look really stupid. We have newest addition to your shelf. Okay, this works perfectly because last weekend I bought, and is this cheating though? Because I was going to start it anyway. That's definitely cheating. Oh, what? Okay, I know what it can be. So I'm going to go and get it. The next prompt was newest addition to your shelf. I was going to cheat, so we're going to do a bit of a cut in because this is also a newest addition to my shelf. However, I am, buddy reading this with Phoebe. So this is going to be read anyway. So the actual prompt answer is I'm starting another series. 2 series because we're also starting Mistborn. But I picked Legendborn. I picked this up in a charity shop the other day and it's immaculate condition. Very excited. Right, third and final prompt is a book you've never heard anything about. Okay. That's difficult. I don't know if I've got any of those. I'm going to have to go and have a look on the shelf. Okay. Yeah, let's go and have a look. And the final prompt, less scared about this one. A book you've never heard anything about. Ethan picked this up last month, the month before,
2 months ago.
June. It's kind of a bit difficult to say that because we're literally the 1st of August. But it's The Spear. The Spear cuts through water. That was really hard to say. Again, no idea what this is about.
I've heard it's super confusing until like halfway through.
Great. But the cover looks really pretty, so
worth it. So worth it.
Okay. So the blurb says the people suffer under the centuries-long rule of Moonstone. The royal family, the despotic emperor, and his monstrous sons, the Three Terrors, hold the countryside in their choking grip. I am awful at reading out loud. They bleed the land and oppress the citizens with frightful powers they inherited from the god locked under their palace. But that god cannot be contained forever. I'm not reading the next chunk. So, that is not all the TBR. The final 2 books I am sticking on the August TBR is Sarah J. Maas, Crescent City Book 2, House of Sky and Breath, because we are getting closer to ACOTAR 6 release date, and I don't want to shove them all in next month. So I'm going to read one this month, and I'm going to read the last one next month. I believe this is the book where the ACOTAR crossover happens, so I'm really excited for that. And Winston is currently on the floor. And then the final book on the August TBR is City of Ashes, Cassandra Clare. It's the Mortal Instruments book 2. This feels optimistic to be reading all these books, considering we have 2 very busy weekends. That's a lot of pages.
Look at all those chickens.
That's a lot of pages. That is a lot of pages. That's a lot of reading. We've got 2 rather busy weekends the end of August as well, so we'll see how we get on, especially because, as I said, I'm only halfway through Duskbound, so I also have to add half of Duskbound to this as well. So yeah, that is it for the July reading wrap up and August TBR. Thank you so much for joining me as always. Like, comment, subscribe, give me all your details in the comments. I don't know, tell me if you read any of these books. If you read any of these books, what are you reading in August? And yeah, I'll catch you next week. Anything to add?
Love you, bye.
Bye.